Welcome to The Explainer. So, London. It's a global magnet for students, and it's absolutely packed with world-famous universities. But let's be honest, with so many choices, it can be a bit of a maze. Today, we're going to crack that code, cut through the noise, and figure out who is truly at the top of the pile.
I mean, think about it. There are more than 40 universities in London. 40. So that begs the big question, right? Which ones are the absolute best? It's the question that fuels dreams and probably a million application essays every single year. So, let's find an answer.
Okay, so to get our bearings, we're going to use a pretty solid guide, the QS World University Rankings. It's kind of the gold standard, giving us a data-driven foundation to build our countdown on. But look, a number is just a number. We're not just here to read a list. A ranking can tell you what's at the top, but it doesn't tell you the why. It doesn't tell you the story. See, each of these universities has its own unique fingerprint, its own powerful origin story, its own personality. And that's the real story we're getting into today. All right, let's dive in with our first two universities, our challengers at numbers 5 and 4. And what's so cool about these two is that they weren't just about books and learning. They were born from these big, bold social missions that were meant to completely change society.
So, kicking things off at number 5.
That would be Queen Mary University of London, or as you'll often hear it, QMUL. And QMUL's backstory is, wow, it's really something. It wasn't founded for the aristocracy or the elite. It started life as the People's Palace. Just think about that name. It was this amazing visionary project to bring culture, recreation, and most importantly, education to the working class of East London. Its entire DNA is baked in this idea of access and lifting people up. And that mission, it led to some incredible things. QML eventually merged with London's very first medical school, and its graduates have just changed the world. An alumnus, Sir Peter Mansfield, his research basically gave us the MRI. Another, Sir Ronald Ross, figured out how malaria is transmitted. And today, that forward-thinking spirit is alive and well in really cutting-edge fields like tech and AI law.
All right, coming in at number 4.
You know this one. It's the world-famous London School of Economics and Political Science, LSE.
This is such a great contrast. If QML was all about lifting people up directly, LSE was about redesigning the very systems they lived in. It was founded by these socialists, members of the Fabian Society, who had this powerful belief that you could make society better, fairer, and more efficient through the rigorous scientific study of things like economics and politics. Their whole game plan was to train up a new class of thinkers and doers who could actually change public policy from the inside.
And did they have an impact? Oh yeah, monumental is the word. Think about this. The blueprint for the UK's National Health Service, the NHS, that was born at LSE. They were the first to make international relations a proper academic subject. They helped define modern economics itself. So it's really no surprise that its alumni list is packed with game changers like John F. Kennedy and the architect of modern Singapore, Lee Kuan Yew.
Okay, now we're getting to the real drama, the heart of our list. This is a tale of two universities, locked in a fierce rivalry from the moment they were conceived. And this isn't just about who's better on paper. This is a story about a deep, fundamental clash of ideas that really shaped what higher education in London would become.
So in one corner, you've got University College London, founded way back in 1826. And for its time, it was unbelievably radical. It was England's first ever university to be completely secular, which earned it the very catchy nickname, the Godless University. Now, in the other corner, in direct response, you have the establishment. We're talking the king, the prime minister, striking back. Just 3 years later, they founded King's College London to be a pillar of the Church of England, a defender of tradition against this new radical upstart.
So, in this epic showdown, who takes the number 3 spot?
It's King's College London.
Yeah, the feelings about its founding were so intense, it actually led to a pistol duel. The Prime Minister himself, the Duke of Wellington, was challenged by an earl who thought King's wasn't going to be traditional enough. No one got hurt, thank goodness, but wow, talk about high stakes, right? Fast forward to today, and KCL is an absolute beast in several fields. I mean, it's nursing school, founded by the legend herself, Florence Nightingale. True to its establishment roots, its Department of War Studies is one of the most elite in the world,
studying everything from spycraft to cyber warfare, and it's a global powerhouse in psychological sciences.
And that, of course, means our number 2 spot goes to the other half of that great rivalry, University College London.
And UCL has never forgotten those radical roots. It was the first in England to open its doors to students of any faith, and, get this, the first to admit women on the exact same terms as men. That innovative DNA is still there. Their architecture school, the Bartlett, is legendary. I mean, the folks who designed London icons like the Shard and the Gherkin, they came from there. It's a world leader in brain sciences, and its alumni, from a revolutionary like Mahatma Gandhi to a visionary filmmaker like Christopher Nolan, have always been the ones to challenge the way things are.
Okay, we have arrived at the very top of the mountain, number 1. And this university is different. It wasn't built on social ideals or a religious rivalry. It was built with a single, powerful, pragmatic goal: to be the engine room for the Industrial Revolution.
So, taking the undisputed top spot in London is
Imperial College London. Imperial's origin story is totally different from the others. It wasn't just started from scratch. It was forged, like a piece of steel, by merging 3 separate specialized colleges together back in 1907. You had the Royal College of Chemistry, the Royal School of Mines, and the City and Guilds College. The idea was to create one single scientific super institution to power the nation's industry.
And that intense focus has earned it a heck of a reputation, and a nickname that says it all: the MIT of the UK. You hear that, and you instantly get it, right? It's all about science, tech, engineering, and medicine. A laser focus.
And its dominance in these fields, it's just undeniable. It's a world beater in pretty much every kind of engineering you can name. Its medical school is where an alumnus, Alexander Fleming, discovered penicillin, literally changing the world forever. Today, it's partnering with giants like Google DeepMind on the future of AI. And, in the best fun fact of the day, its alumni include the one and only Brian May, legendary guitarist of Queen, who, get this, is also a PhD-holding astrophysicist. How cool is that?
So, there you have it, the top 5 universities in London. But as you've seen, this is about so much more than just a list of numbers, isn't it? It's really a story about 5 very different institutions, each with its own soul.
When you zoom out, you don't just see a list. You see 5 distinct personalities. You've got QMU, the People's University, and LSE, the social shaper. Then that great rivalry between KCL, the traditionalist, and UCL, the radical innovator, all capped off by Imperial, the tech powerhouse. Each one tells a completely different story.
And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. A ranking tells you what's supposed to be best, but a story helps you find what's right for you. Choosing a place to learn and grow isn't about picking the highest number. It's about finding the story, the mission, the culture that you want to be a part of. So the real question is, which story speaks to you?